All right, let's make a video. I've got my air conditioner turned off, and um, my speakers have a really bad hum to them, so I turned them off. Um, so hopefully the audio is pretty good right now. I'm using my little Samson Meteor condenser mic. This thing is like a studio type mic. It's really meant for a studio environment where it's dead quiet because it picks up everything. I'm eating. Show you my. This is what I'm eating at home here. This is all salad over here. It's just lettuce, onions, and Thousand Island dressing, pork chop, ketchup, seasoned salt over all of it. And I burnt the hell out of the pork chop because I was on the phone with my buddy Percy, and I lost track of time and burnt the shit out of it. So it's a crispy pork chop. Um, so I'm in a decent mood because I just got my APU worked on this morning. It's supposedly working. I'm a little scared to go turn it on and run it because I've spent well over $5,000 on APU repairs since I've owned this truck, and the APU's worked for maybe 2 to 3 weeks total. In the 4 to 5 months that I've owned the truck, I've used the APU for like 2 to 3 weeks, and that entire time, and it just keeps breaking down on me. I've had the whole engine replaced. I've had the engine swapped, and the replacement engine has broken down on me twice since I had it put in like a week ago. Um, the two breakdowns, one of them was the fan water pump belt broke on me a week or so ago, and then I got that replaced, and then immediately thereafter, within like I went from there to the truck stop, and then within a few minutes, it started leaking oil. It had dumped like almost all the oil within a few hours. It was almost bone dry on oil when I noticed it was leaking. Luckily, I caught it before it went bone dry, or other I may have ruined that engine. So what's going on? I've been looking for loads ever since I started deadheading to the house. Like, if you want to watch my video on deadheading to the house, then that was my last. No, not the last video. The video before that, where I explained why I was deadheading home. And as soon as I started deadheading home, I started looking for loads coming out of the house. So I've been looking for loads for a week and a half, um, or more. Yeah, it's been about a week, maybe. Yeah, it was Tuesday of last week, so it's actually been a day less than a week. But I was kind of like skimming it before then. I always look at loads coming out of Oklahoma City, um, and I just finally found one, and it just so happened to be the day that I'm ready to leave. I'm not ready to leave. Like, I got the APU fixed. I still need to cook food for the truck, and I need to do some things uh, to be ready to leave. Like, there's still a whole bunch of stuff I need to get done before I can actually leave. But I can get all that done today if I need to by the end of the day. Like, I could have everything ready to go by the end of today if I need to. But I went ahead and requested a load, as you can see right here. It's yellow. That means I requested it. I haven't refreshed this page yet. As soon as I refresh this page, this information will disappear, and I want to show you this information before it disappears. So if you remember, if you watched my "Why the hell did I deadhead 1,200 mile home" video, I explained to you that it was better for me to spend a day, which it takes approximately 30 hours. It took me, I think, 27 hours to get home from Pennsylvania, 1,200 roughly miles. Cost me $300 in fuel and a day. And I was able to get home, get everything taken care of. And I said, you know what? Like, that still gives me 4 more days. One day to get here, and I have 4 other days. I spent, a day getting the APU fixed. And I spent like, let's see, I got here Thursday afternoon, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I took 3 days off just hanging out, and I can recoup like the best load I was able to put together to get out of Pennsylvania was going to take me 5 days, and I was only going to make $2,600 to the truck. Why would I run for $500 a day? The load that I just requested, I said, I can make $2,000 in 2 days. Why would I do it over the course of 5 days and running my ass off doing over 2,000 miles? So right here, this load is 1,000 miles and it's $4,700. Let's put this into the spreadsheet. Where is Excel? Where is Excel? Do I not have it on my start? All right, let's switch this over to Excel. Yep, there we go. All right, now let's put this in here. We'll put it right here. And we'll find out how much am I making on this load. I am going to make $3,200 to the truck on this one load, and it's going to take 2 days. It's a live load and then a drop loaded trailer. So I can basically drop it as soon as I can get there. $0.19 per mile fuel surcharge. That's about normal whenever somebody pays real fuel surcharge. Whenever they pay this BTF shit, it typically comes out anywhere from a nickel to 15 cents per mile. Usually it's close to 10 cents per mile is what it really comes out to. 8 cents to 10 cents per mile is what it averages. The like 14 or 15 cents per mile on BTF is really, really rare. I think I've only gotten that running in California. And that does not offset your fuel costs for fucking California. That I hate breakthrough fuel. It just pisses me off whenever I see a breakthrough fuel load. But I use this to determine whether or not this over here is paying enough to offset them not giving me any fuel surcharge. So what am I making per mile on this load? I am making, this is what I make. This is not what USA Truck makes. USA Truck makes approximately $4.60 per mile on this load. That's just like off the top of my head math right there. 1,000 miles, $4,700. It's about $4.70 a mile. It's a little over 1,000 miles, so we'll take it down to $4.60 per mile. So USA Truck, this total load pays about $4.60 a mile. What I make on fuel surcharge plus my 65% cut is $3.15 per mile. These are the unicorn loads that I'm always looking for. And this is another Chewy.com load. So let's go look at the load again. Hannah, Chewy.com, spot load premium rate. This is a general freight load. So when I first started out as an owner-op leasing on with USA Truck, I was just hauling normal Kimberly-Clark loads and crap like that. That didn't last long. I only did that for like 1 week. And then I started hauling brokered loads because they paid so much better. Let's see if we can find a brokered load. This is, no, that's general freight. That's McCormick. That's another decent account. I've hauled a couple of McCormick loads. They pay decent. These Carrollton to Hunt Valley, these are probably all McCormick. But anyway, GFR stands for General Freight. BRK stands for Brokered. Almost everything I hauled for a long time, the majority of my time as an owner-operator with USA Truck, has been brokered loads because that's where all the money is at. And it was almost all Clorox, Procter & Gamble loads. Procter & Gamble, Clorox, Kingsford. They have some other distribution centers and stuff like A&M Products that they own. Procter and Gamble has tons of subsidiaries and tons of like child companies and stuff like that. But I was mainly just hauling Procter and Gamble loads for most of my time, and then the Chewy.com account came along. And ever since the Chewy.com account came along, I've been hauling almost exclusively Chewy.com loads because they pay so much better than pretty much everything else on the load board. So the 22nd is, what day is that? That's Thursday. So I'm going to leave out on Thursday, which I don't like leaving at the end of the week because that usually means I'm going to be sitting over the weekend at truck stop. But hey, they're going to pay me $3,200 for 2 days of work. I will do that. $3,200. That's basically really close to what I try to make in a week. What I try to make in a week to the truck, what I try to make is $5,000 a week. What I've been averaging is close to $4,500 a week. And with my expenses, because I have really, really low expenses, one of the things is I don't have a truck payment. And that's a big expense for most people. That's usually somewhere in the ballpark of $500 a week just for the truck payment. But because I have ultra low expenses on a $4,500 a week, I've been averaging $3,700 bring home after fuel costs, my insurance, after all business expenses. I've been averaging $3,700 a week to me on a $4,500 a week. So this is probably going to be about $1,000 lower than a full week on one 2-day load. And it's not even really a 2-day load. It's like a day and a half load. And it's a drop loaded trailer, so I should be able to drop it as soon as I can get there. That's something I should ask him right now. Can I drop this load as soon as I get there, comma, or is the appointment time the earliest I can drop? Period. Let's rephrase that. Is the appointment time the earliest or latest that I can drop the trailer? Question mark. I'm going to pause the video, take a couple bites of my food. I'll be right back. All right, we're recording again. Anything on my mouth? Let's wipe it off just in case. So I'm looking for backhauls now. Now, I don't need to go straight from North Carolina back to Oklahoma City, but I'm always eyeballing loads going to the Oklahoma City area. And if there's a really good one, then I will snag it up. Where's this going to in Wilmer? Procter and Gamble. So let me just show you how I search for loads. Sorry. So this page right here is where I was looking for any load within 250 miles of Oklahoma City. When I'm searching for loads out of Oklahoma City, let me pull up a map here. So Oklahoma City is right here in the center of Oklahoma. When I'm searching for loads out of Oklahoma City, I search, one page. The biggest search radius I can do is 250 miles on USA Truck's load board. I wish there were more options. There aren't. So, um, the 250-mile radius goes, it covers most of Dallas, I think. Or it covers at least some of Dallas. And it swings out here. It covers Tulsa. And then it goes into, the bottom part of Kansas right here. And then it doesn't go as far as Amarillo. So what I do is I also do a search on Spring Hill, Kansas, which is like right up in here. And I do a 250-mile radius around that gets me a whole bunch of, gets me Kansas City and a lot of Missouri. And then I do a search, a 250-mile around Amarillo as well. Because I'd be willing to deadhead to Amarillo for the right price. There was a load I requested there that got canceled on me just a few days ago. It was 400 miles. It was going from Amarillo to Dallas, and it was paying $4,000. Yeah, I'll deadhead 400 miles and then drive 400 miles for a total of 800 miles for a $4,000 load. But it was a Chewy.com load, and Hannah canceled that off of me. Damn you, Hannah. But I ended up getting a good load from her anyway. So this load right here going to Salisbury, North Carolina, is basically I-40. I'm going to hop on I-40. Well, kind of I-40. What I'm going to have to do is, if the load picked up directly out of Oklahoma City, then shit, I'd just leave Oklahoma City and take off on I-40 all the way there. But since it picks up in Tulsa, what I'm going to have to do is drive 44 up to Tulsa and then take I think it's the 351, it's the Muskogee Turnpike, comes back down to I-40, and then I'll take I-40 the rest of the way there. So I'm going to have to pay quite a few tolls. Going in and out of Tulsa is expensive. It's almost exclusively toll roads in and out of Tulsa. They're not like crazy expensive tolls, like, going across Pennsylvania or something, where it costs you $100 to drive across Pennsylvania on the toll road. It's not that crazy. It's, $12, $15 to drive on I-44. And I think to go down 351 on the Muskogee Turnpike is going to be something similar. So it might cost me like $30 to take the toll roads to and from Tulsa. But then it's just I-40 all the way to Salisbury. So that's how I was looking for a load out of Oklahoma City, is I search massive radiuses around where I'm at. I search huge radius because for the right price, I'm willing to deadhead a long distance. I would rather deadhead an entire day, 600 miles, to pick up a good paying load or a great paying load rather than haul some cheap shit just because it happens to be close to me. It's not worth it to haul that load. Whenever you break it down on how much money you're making per day, it's much more lucrative to get those nice big paying loads that you might have to deadhead for. So now what I'm looking for on a backhaul is I'm of course searching a 250 mile radius around Salisbury, North Carolina. I'm also searching the Atlanta market, and I'm searching the Louisville market. So that gets me basically everything around here, here, and here. This huge, massive area is what I'm searching for a backhaul. And I'm not needing to go anywhere in particular. However, check this shit out. This is the national weather forecast. The white up here is snow, and this blue right here is mixed precipitation, a mixture of rain, snow, ice. And then this shit right here is heavy snow possible. That's what the legend down here says. So this is day 3. So this is Wednesday, October 21st. So basically, we're already hitting snow and ice in the central northwestern United States. So right here's today, tomorrow, next day, and I look specifically at Shakopee, or however you pronounce it, Minnesota, because there's a whole bunch of loads coming out of Kentucky going to Shakopee that pay decent. And if I remember correctly, there are some really good loads coming out of um, South Dakota, which would be in range of Shakopee, Minnesota. I don't know exactly where Shakopee is at, but there's a whole bunch of really good loads coming out of South Dakota. That's the reason Shakopee hit my radar. But I'm not going up there with snow and ice. Like, here's the Shakopee forecast. Their highs are going to be like freezing throughout the basically until Thursday or Friday of next week. So the entire time I would be going up into Minnesota and back out of Minnesota, it would be freezing or below freezing. Especially below freezing at night. I would be restricted to daytime driving, and there would be, occasional snow. It doesn't look like there's going to be a whole lot of precipitation. And if you drive during the day, it may not be that bad, but it's definitely going to slow you down. And I'm not going to be able to crank out massive miles and stuff, but if a load is paying well enough, I would be willing to go up there. But these Frankfort, Kentucky to Shakopee, Minnesota's, they're not paying that well. they're paying some decent rates. What I was really let's check this out. Shakopee, Minnesota. Let's see if those South Dakota loads are going to pull up on this. Let's see if they're even still there. They're the reason, because a bunch of them are going to Oklahoma City. Oh wow. Some pretty big mileage loads here. I mean, these aren't really good loads. West Branch, Iowa to Wilmer, Texas. I mean, these are okay rates, but for the weather, they're not that great. And this load is going to suck ass. This is going to be taking like I-90 across all those areas we were just looking at that are snow and ice. This is going to be a really, really, really bad run. I would hate to do that run. Even for the $3 a mile that it's paying right there. That's a decent rate. It's not an amazing rate, but it's a decent rate for a high mileage run. But going across I-90 in the winter, snow and ice, nah, I'm not about that life. What is let's try Fargo, South Dakota. Or no, Fargo's North Dakota. I can't think of a town in South Dakota. I can't remember what that South Dakota town is that has the loads. Let's go back to the map. South Dakota. Let's look at Sioux Falls. It might be Sioux Falls. I think it was Sioux Falls. But this is the only reason that I was looking at Shakopee as Shakopee. I don't know how you pronounce it. As a possibility. Yeah, they don't have any more of the loads on here anymore. But there were loads going directly to Oklahoma City or really close to it out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I want to say it was Sioux Falls. And they were like 800-mile runs that were paying $3,000. $3,000 to $3,200, somewhere in that area. Which is why were we doing Louisville or St. Louis? Pretty sure we were doing Louisville. And We need something on the 24th or later. I might maybe be able to get something on the 23rd. I doubt it though. So nothing amazing here. So what is this? This is the Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia. And I'm only looking at loads over $2,000. It's not really like the market's good enough that it's not really worth my time to do loads less than that. There's so many loads that pay $2,000 or more. What I'm really looking for though is a $3,000 or more load. All right, now this is the Salisbury, North Carolina. Now, some people may just see that $3,500 and think that's a good load, but the mileage right there, that is a terrible load. Split that in half. That's a 1,000-mile load paying $1,700. That is terrible. This load is better than that. This load's like every load on here is better than this Redlands, California load. The only reason you would take this load is if you desperately need to get to Redlands. And in all honesty, it would be more profitable for you to just hop a couple of loads there rather than take that one load directly there. But if you can't find anything to hop there, then maybe that's what you got to do. So we're almost at the end of the day. It looks like I might not be able to find a backhaul today, but this isn't a terrible market where I need a backhaul to get the hell out of there. What is this? Salisbury, North Carolina. Wait, what was this one? That one's Salisbury, North Carolina. I have two Salisbury, North Carolinas. Why do I have two Salisbury, North Carolinas? Huh. All right, let's close that one. So we got Salisbury, Atlanta, and Louisville. And this is just everything headed to Oklahoma City. And then that first one was loads coming out of Oklahoma City. You know, I could start getting into position for this load right here. That's Cleveland on the 30th. So the 24th. Let's look for loads going to all right, so they just responded to me answering my question about the appointment time. Because normally on drops, you have an appointment window to drop within. And they just have a specific appointment time. And I don't know what the hell that means. That can mean a lot of things. It could mean that they actually want me to drop the trailer at that specific appointment time. So I asked them for clarification. What the hell is this, noon appointment on the 24th? So it's actually a delivery window. This is the latest I can deliver, and I can only deliver 24 hours early. So I can deliver between noon on the 23rd and noon on the 24th. That's what they just replied with. And she was kind of a smart ass about it. She said, if you're talking about your current load, then blah, 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 and then gave me the information I was looking for. Like, it's the only damn load I have on me. What else would I be talking about? She and I have not been getting along for the past few weeks. She's getting on my damn nerves. let's leave this page up, just because when I refresh this, I'm gonna lose this information right here. And let's see here. Should copy. We don't need that anymore. Let's put it right there. Let's open up a new load board. What were we gonna look at? We were gonna look at loads going to Cleveland. Let's look at loads going with a destination of Cuyahoga. How do you pronounce? Is it CU? There we go. Look at me, National Spelling Bee champion and shit. All right, let's see. Let's see what kind of loads there are going toward Cleveland. Well, shit. Damn. Hannah just posted another damn load coming out of Oklahoma City. She's posting these Chewy.com loads. Let's check and see what the hell else she's posting. It'll error out if I don't delete this, because it only goes up to 99999. That's an invalid. Tulsa to Mechanicsburg. I just hauled that load last week, and they paid me $5,700 to do it. The loads dropped down to $5,100 this week. I still prefer this load right here. The load that I'm taking to Salisbury, North Carolina is a much better load, because it costs $100 to drive across that damn toll road in Pennsylvania. $100 to get the hell out of there. So you're paying $200 in toll roads just to get in and out of Mechanicsburg. And then you're going to have to take a really shit load out of Pennsylvania. It's just not worth it to go up there. So the load that I got going to Salisbury, North Carolina is a better load than this Tulsa Mechanicsburg, and this is basically the same load I hauled last week. And shit, you got to sit on this load for 5 days. You can't deliver until the 28th. And it's a live load. It's not like a preloaded trailer that you can wait until the 26th or something to pick up. You've got to go pick this bitch up and then set on it for 5 days before you can deliver to Mechanicsburg. That's actually a bad load. I hope that whoever looks at picking that load up realizes all that shit about the load. I mean, it's still a good paying load, but it's going to take your whole fucking week. And I mean, if you're looking for some downtime, then you know, that's what you can do. So there isn't really shit headed to Cleveland, Ohio. Nothing headed to Cleveland. So the Cleveland dream may not happen. Let's go back over and refresh everything. Well, let's not mess with that one. Let's go. We're gonna do Salisbury, then Atlanta, and then the Louisville market. We're gonna check that whole region around Salisbury, North Carolina, looking for loads. A lot of loads are going into the deep Northeast. You know, Delaware, Connecticut. All right, now let's check the Atlanta market. 250 miles, everything over $2,000. I'm actually looking for loads that are a lot more than $2,000, but... And this crap right here is not paying enough premium to go down to fucking West Palm Beach, Florida. Where is West Palm Beach? How far down into Florida is that? I wouldn't take it. I'm not even considering taking it. I'm just curious because I think West Palm Beach is down by Miami, and it is. Yeah, it's right there. Just Miami, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach. So it is way the hell down in South Florida. That is a really, really bad load. They're not paying anywhere near enough of a premium for that bullshit. All right, now let's refresh Louisville. Now, the Louisville market should get us a whole bunch of really good distribution centers. A lot of Procter and Gamble distribution centers, and I think there's some other ones here. Like Burnside, Kentucky has a good paying DC. Right there's Burnside. Now that particular load is garbage. Yeah, that's the Procter and Gamble DC. That load is garbage. Um, what are some other? There's Summer Shade. Are there any Summer Shade loads? Huh. Let's let me see here. Louisville should be getting the Bowling Green market, right? And where the hell is Summer Shade? Let's do Elizabethtown, Kentucky. Instead of Louisville. Get a little bit further south. Procter and Gamble's been drying up a little bit. All right, what do we got? What do we got? What is this one? Let's just search Summer Shade, Kentucky. They don't have any loads. Let's take out the minimum. There's a Summer Shade load. It's paying $3 a mile. It's Procter and Gamble distribution. The only bad thing about Procter and Gamble is that it's almost always max weight loads. I can't count the number of times that I've had to be reworked at damn Procter and Gamble. Part of it had to do with me hauling an old Celadon trailer, and the old Celadon trailers, the tandems don't slide as far forward as most of the trailers at USA Truck. So they load these trailers really nose heavy, with the expectation that you're going to be able to slide your tandems really far forward, and you're going to need to do that anyway for bridge laws and stuff. And I couldn't do that with the Celadon trailers. They will slide maybe a foot at most past California bridge law. So they'll go to California bridge law, and then maybe you can push it about a foot further past that. Whereas I don't even know if it's a foot. Like it's just they basically go to California bridge law and just a little bit past that. Whereas the normal USA Truck trailers, man, you can slide them like 2 or 3 feet past California bridge law. And when they load them really nose heavy, then you can still scale legal by sliding your tandems really far forward with most USA Truck trailers. But I had that Celadon trailer for 3 or 4 weeks, and there were like 2 or 3 Procter and Gamble loads I had to have reworked while I had that trailer because I just couldn't slide my tandems far enough forward to get it to scale legal. All right, let's go back to Salisbury. I'm going to continue looking until approximately 5:30. They're not likely going to be posting many new loads past 5:30. Just a second here. Let me pause this. Sorry. I was on the phone with UPS. I could hear UPS out front. They were delivering a package, and they're supposed to be returning a package to Amazon. I've got it sitting out on my front porch, and they didn't pick it up. So I called UPS, and I was like, what the hell? And they wanted to charge me $11 to schedule another pickup. I'm like, well, Amazon already paid you guys to pick this shit up. You didn't pick it up. So that was all talking with the computer. I was arguing with the computer. So then I said, transfer me to an agent. It got me to an agent. And they said that it was scheduled to be picked up today. Amazon did pay for a pickup. And it was scheduled to be picked up today. And they said that they have until 8 p.m. to pick it up. So 3 more hours. And they said somebody else will be by to pick it up. I was like, well, you guys just had somebody deliver a package here. You're telling me that there's going to be somebody else come by and pick it up. They said, yeah. And if nobody shows up, just give us a call back and we'll reschedule it to have somebody come pick it up. I'm like, okay, great. What it is like, it's a fairly cheap item, but there's a lot of things that I do out of principle. Like, I don't let people get away with shit. Otherwise, they're just going to keep, taking advantage of you. What it was a bait and switch seller on Amazon. I ordered an item that was like $5. And on the sales page, it said that it was a 2-pack. And they were selling it for, it was actually like a $6 item or $7 item. And they were selling it for just like $1 or 50 cents less than buying them individually to buy them in a 2-pack. And I was like, what the hell? I'll just get the 2-pack. So I did that. And I got the item and it was only a single item. So I paid twice for the single item because they had it listed as a 2-pack. Well, after I made the purchase, and several other people made the purchase within the last week or so, they went back and edited the sales page to where it no longer said 2-pack on it. But they charged everybody for double. So it's bait and switch. And so I left a really terrible review for them, and I'm processing a refund for it. I'm not going to let them get away with it because they only need to get away with it for a small number of people for it to be profitable for them, and they'll be enticed to do it again. I wanted to return it for a couple of reasons. Number one is it's going to cost them extra money to pay for shipping back, and it's also going to hurt their seller profile with Amazon, having the return and having a negative review. So hopefully it gets them to stop doing this bullshit again. So it's a bunch of hassle for me over, $7 fucking dollars, which isn't really worth my time, but I'm doing it so that these sleazy companies stop doing this crap. Anytime somebody does something like this to me, I will go above and beyond and spend enormous amounts of time and money to make them pay for it so that it gets them to stop doing it. It's what like what I've told in my videos about detention pay. These shippers and receivers, the detention pay that USA Truck charges is nothing. It is so pathetic. It's $15 an hour, up to a maximum of 5 hours. So it's like $85 maximum detention pay if they detain you for 5 hours. So they have a certain amount of time to load or unload you. It's typically 3 hours. Once they go over that, you're starting to get into detention. So if I get to a shipper or receiver and they take like 8 hours to unload me or load me, then I am going to submit for detention pay. Even though it's like negligible to me, it's not worth my time to even request it. I still request it just to get them to stop doing that in the future. Because if you don't request the detention pay, then the higher up people or the brokers or whoever it is behind the scenes, they don't know that it's happening. And they're not going to push to get it corrected. So I try to create that paper trail where these warehouse people have to answer for their actions, or the lumpers or whoever it is. They have to, face responsibility. Otherwise, they're just going to sit there and keep jerking off and taking their sweet time and doing what the hell ever. The issue's never going to get corrected if it doesn't get reported. So, anyway, back to looking for loads. What's irritating about this is I doubt another UPS truck is going to come by my house. Just a second. Alright, I thought I heard a UPS truck. It was the mailman, though. Mailman's running really late. They usually deliver my mail like 3 or 4 hours before this. Alright, did I refresh this page? Let's just refresh it to be certain. And I paused the video so many times that we're at 5 p.m. right now. So we're pretty much done with loads being posted on the load board. So what's on here right now is about what's going to be on here. A couple weeks ago, there was was it 17? I think it was 14. $14,000 load on the load board. And it wasn't any ridiculous miles or anything. $14,000 load. It was on the load board for at tops 1 hour. But it didn't pick up for like 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. I was like, damn. I think it was picking up out of Richmond, Kentucky. I forget where it was going. It was a Glazer's load is what it was. If I remember correctly. So it's Richmond, Kentucky going to, I believe, Spring Hill, Kansas. So not a big mileage load, and it was listed at like $14,000. I didn't even bother requesting it because I was quite certain that it was an error, and they were just going to cancel the load off anyway. And Glazers pays dog shit. They've had to increase the rate multiple times, and people still don't haul that shit because it just pays crap. It's liquor. I hate hauling liquor. And most likely what I was afraid of would happen was that they would wait till the last second to tell me that there was a fuck up on the rate, and they would still expect me to haul it, but they would change the rate down to something a whole lot cheaper. Like it would be a terrible load. Like maybe it was only supposed to be $1,400 instead of $14,000, and that would have made it just an absolutely dog shit load. So I didn't even bother requesting that crap. Now, if it really paid 14 grand, then I regret that I didn't request it. If you got that load, I want to hear about it. Leave a comment and let me know if you're the one that got that load. Did it really pay $14,000? Sanger, Texas. I'm pretty sure that's North Dallas. I couldn't make that pickup because my delivery window is between the 23rd and the 24th, noon to noon. This is an hour and 15 minutes after my earliest delivery I can make. And it takes approximately an hour to do the drop. Once you go in there, you do all your paperwork, you drop the trailer, you hook to another trailer, you check in, you check out. Because you typically have to check in with the guard shack. Then you have to check in with shipping and receiving. Then sometimes you have to go check in with shipping and receiving again and let them know what empty you're taking. Then you have to check back out with the guard shack. Then you have to send in all your paperwork and everything. So even on a drop and hook, it typically takes me about an hour to do a drop and hook. And that would leave me 15 minutes to go to Port Wentworth, Georgia. So to another state. What's the oh, that's Atlanta. So this is a huge deadhead. Let's refresh Salisbury. I think this New Hampshire load is new, but I'm not going up to New Hampshire. Plus, I need something late, really late on the 23rd or the 24th or later. I would actually kind of prefer the 24th. Just that way I'm not in a rush. I don't want to be in a rush because um, getting there late on the 23rd is actually going to be kind of difficult. So if I leave, let's say theoretically I had all my hours available whenever I pick this load up at 9 a.m. on the 22nd. Now this place opens up at 7 a.m. and with a 9 a.m. appointment, I'm most likely going to be there checking in at about 7:30, and I'll give them my phone number and they'll call me whenever they have a door available. This will be the third time I picked up a load from this place. I really like this place. They're really good. Um, so if I'm out of there by 9 a.m. and I had all my driving hours available, which I won't because I'm going to drive from Oklahoma City to Tulsa for 2 hours. So let's say, so from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. it's 12 hours. That's all my drive time. And I take 10 hours off at 9 p.m. So that'd be 7 a.m. I start driving again. And let's say that I drive for 8 hours to finish it out. That's including a 30-minute break and a pre-trip and a post-trip. So that'd be 7 a.m. plus 8 hours. That'd be 3 p.m. So add on 2 hours to that, coming from Oklahoma City, that 2 hours. So roughly 5 p.m. on the 23rd is the earliest I could be there if I don't take an extra long break or anything like that. So if I try to pick up another load on the 23rd, it's going to be pushing it. Like I'm going to have to push myself really hard to get there. And then it's going to be a pain in the ass. I don't really want to mess with it. So I think I want to find something on the 24th or later. I don't want to. The only way I'm going to push myself to do something on the 23rd is if there's an absolutely amazing load that picks up on the evening of the 23rd. Then I will bust my ass to do everything I can to shave every second off so that I can make sure that I'm there to pick up that load. All right, let me double check. All right, I'm going to go ahead and refresh the Oklahoma City page. Yeah, that Mechanicsburg load's already gone. Somebody already snagged that thing up. These good loads do not stay on the load board for very long. I got really lucky in getting the load that I did. And And the load that I got was better than that Mechanicsburg load. What are we looking at? We're looking at destination Oklahoma City. Ashland, Virginia. If it didn't pay crap, I think that's Monday. The 25th is Monday. No, it's Sunday. So I'm basically going to be delivering this load on late Friday night or early Saturday, the 23rd or the 24th. The 23rd is Friday, 24th is Saturday, and so the 25th would not be a bad day to pick up a load, but it pays crap. I wish that I could send this broker a message, you know, just hit a little button here and say, hey, I'll haul that for $4,500. They'll probably laugh at me, but that's what I would haul that for. This right here pisses me off to see this cheap shit. What account is this? I don't know if it's Virginia Distribution Center or if it's Forward Air TJX. I don't know what TJX is. But I'm pretty sure Ashland, Virginia is not too terribly far from Salisbury, North Carolina. All right, let's refresh Salisbury. We're getting close to the point where I'm going to stop looking at the load board because it's after 5 p.m. now. Now, there are some people that stay late, so you will see loads posted all the way up until like 5:30. But after 5:30, there's really not a whole lot of anything. All right, is this Atlanta? Yeah, this is Atlanta. Let's take a look at Atlanta. Now, what I'm looking for whenever I'm looking at markets that are a decent ways away from my delivery, the further away I have to deadhead, the more it has to pay. So I'm looking for like really amazing loads when I'm looking at something 500 or 600 miles away from my delivery location. I have never been um, past, like I've been up into Rochester, New York. I would say if you'd have to draw a line like right across. Right there. That's the furthest northeast I've ever been. I've been up into Rochester. I can't remember if I've been to Syracuse. Where's Marcy? I think I've been to Rome, New York. I'm not 100% sure if I've been to Rome. Um, and I can't remember where Marcy is at. I have not, I don't think I've been to Marcy, but it's up here somewhere. And I've been over into Jersey. I can't remember where it was at in Jersey, but it was out in the country in Jersey. Like it was out. And the furthest I've been up into Pennsylvania was like Wilkes Barre. Where the hell's Wilkes Barre? Right there is Wilkes Barre. So yeah, that line approximately, that's as far northeast as I've been. That New Hampshire load, the reason I'm talking about this is that New Hampshire load, I don't know how bad it is to drive through this area right here, but I do not want to get up into here. Now, if that New Hampshire load was delivering like over here, and there was some interstate that bypassed Philadelphia, New York, Hartford, Springfield, all these places, like if there was some interstate out here where I could bypass all that shit and go up into New Hampshire, and then, get another load coming out where I could bypass all that shit, then yeah. I might consider it, but I don't really want to go that deep into the Northeast. And it's not paying an insane rate that's going to lure me into it. I was just curious as to how far northeast New Hampshire was. All right, so let's refresh Georgia again real quick, and then we'll go look at Louisville or Elizabethtown, whatever I've got it set to. Here's a couple new loads. These West Palm Beach loads were just added in. All right, is this one Elizabethtown? This is the life right here. I can't count the number of hours per week I spend doing this on the load board. If you want to be picking your own loads, if you want to do any good at picking loads, if you want to do well at picking loads, then you're going to be sitting here looking at the load board like I am, many, many hours per week. If you have a significant other, that could work out really well. Like if you have a husband or wife that is, I don't know, they could be in the truck with you, as long as they're not another fellow driver. Because during their time off, they're going to need to sleep, not be sitting and looking at the damn load board. But like if you had a significant other at home or in the truck with you that could be looking at the load board all day long, then that would be an amazing situation, because you could give them your login details, and as long as they were knowledgeable enough about picking loads, then they could be sitting here looking for loads for you and snagging loads up for you, because it's really hard to get the good loads when you're out on the road, because the really good loads are only on the load board for maybe 30 minutes to an hour, and usually somebody's already put a request in on it within the first 5 or 10 minutes. Like that load that I just got, I was so lucky that I just so happened to refresh the page right when it popped up there. A lot of people probably don't even know those type of loads exist because they disappear so quickly off of the load board. I mean, there's a bunch of decent loads, mediocre loads. So I'm definitely not going to be hurting for loads. It's not like Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, where it's just full of dog shit loads. And, these loads that I'm looking at that are paying like $2 a mile have like a 200-mile deadhead on them. And they're paying garbage on top of that. Well, maybe those two Florida loads weren't new. It's just that they were showing up in the Elizabethtown search and not the Salisbury search. Yeah, there's that Ashland. Let's see how far. 270-mile deadhead to Ashland to haul some dollar a mile shit. No, that's not happening. I'm not too thrilled with the rates coming out of this area. Just a second. Sorry, I thought I heard UPS. Yeah, it doesn't look like I'm going to find a backhaul today, but I've got a few days to be looking for one. And in all honesty, looking for a load that far out, it's kind of hard to find one. Today's the 19th, and I'm going to be picking up the load on Thursday the 22nd. So today's Monday the 19th. I'm going to be leaving the house Thursday morning. I'll probably leave the house real damn early Thursday morning so that I can be there. I will probably be there at 7 a.m. And yeah, I'll get there at about 7 a.m. because I'll leave my house at 4 a.m. I'll leave the drop yard with the trailer at 5 a.m. And then that'll take about 2 hours to get there. So I'll get there at like 6:45, 7 a.m. or so. Check in with them after 7 a.m. whenever they open. And every time I've been there, I've had the wrong appointment time. Like last time I was there, I thought it said on my paperwork I had an 11 a.m. appointment. And I got there at like 7 a.m. And I said, hey, I'm just checking in. My appointment's not till 11. So if you guys could like call me whenever you're ready or whatever. And they're like, yeah, I show your appointments actually at 2 p.m. and it looks like we may not be able to get you in until then. And I was like, all right, well, I guess there was a miscommunication there, but they said they'd give me a call. And they ended up getting me a door like an hour later. They actually got me a door at like 8 a.m. So even when I had a 2 p.m. appointment, they got me loaded at like 8 a.m. I was like, all right, that's awesome. That is awesome. So, all good. So yeah, that place is really, really cool. And the shipping and receiving person there is really nice. And the guard shack, it says you have to check in and check out with the guard shack, but every time you start to get out of your truck, you just get the hell out of here or go on by. I think he's just supposed to make sure that people that aren't supposed to be there aren't there. He doesn't like. I think that's what their deal is. They just don't want people loitering there that aren't supposed to be there. So they basically just open up the gate and everybody just floods in, and then whenever you're done, you leave. Now here's the thing. I got to think about fuel. I just filled up fuel today because I was less than a quarter of a tank. And I normally, every time I leave the house, I go through Stratford, Missouri because I'm heading into the Northeast up to like Pennsylvania area. But this time I'm not going to be doing that. And I don't know of a good fuel stop headed that direction. I'm going to have to check like a really good place to top off out in, that direction. But the thing is that, yeah, I can get fuel for like $1.80 a gallon here in Oklahoma City, and I can get it for like $1.79 or $1.75 or whatever in Stratford, Missouri. But all down I-40 in Nashville and all the rest of those places, I can get fuel pretty much anywhere for less than $2 a gallon. So everywhere is reasonable fuel all up and down I-40. Up in the Northeast is where you get, like in Pennsylvania, is where I have to be very careful with fuel because in Pennsylvania I can't get fuel for less than it's the pump price is like $2.85 a gallon. And even with my discount, I don't get good discounts in Pennsylvania. It's like $2.40 a gallon with my discounts. So that's the reason I have to be really careful about where I top off at and stuff like that heading into the Northeast. But I don't think I'm going to have to be so particular running up and down I-40. But I am going to check and see. Let me pause it actually and check right now. All right, let's go back and let's switch over to spreadsheet. I've got it sorted by lowest to highest, the cheapest places to buy fuel with my discounts. $1.79 in Oklahoma at the Loves. Where's the Petro at? In Oklahoma. $1.85. So fuel's gone up a bit. It wasn't too long ago that I was getting it at $1.75. At that exact same TA. All right, so Texas, Oregon, Mississippi, Oregon, Missouri, Stratford, Missouri, right there. That's one of the places that I top off at. Love's in Dallas, Texas. All right, there's an Arkansas. US 65, Lake Village. I don't even know where in the hell Lake Village is at. Louisiana, Colorado, Tennessee. All right, Virginia. So Ashland, Virginia. Looks like there's two different TAs in Ashland, and I get a $1.92 at each of them. So if I end up going up to Ashland to pick up a load, did I get fuel at $1.92 there? Lawrence Lyman, Alabama. Tennessee. It's I-155. This is Love's. Petro in North Little Rock's $1.97. North Little Rock's going to be about 300 to 400. It's about 400 miles into my drive. I don't know if it's worth topping off there because I can get it for $2 a gallon in North Carolina. So I'm just looking to see if there's. It doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get it much cheaper. Pretty much all of the TAs that I can get it in Tennessee, North Carolina. Let me switch this back over to the browser. And browser. Let's look here. Let's go to TA Petro map. I wish there was a way to just like for TA and Petro to let you search by a route. So this is, I'm taking I-40 across here, Knoxville. Let's see. Right here is Salisbury. So what is this? This is the TA in Candler. Damn. 250 a gallon. What a bunch of jackasses. So the TA and Candler, is that Tennessee? That does not look like Tennessee. It looks like it's in North Carolina. TA and Candler, North Carolina. So let's go back to the spreadsheet. Why is it not on the correct spreadsheet? There we go. Now let's look for Candler, North Carolina. It's probably gonna be right at $2 because right here is one for $2.49. Picture number 29. What is this? This is yeah. So pump price in Candler is $2.50 a gallon, and I get it for $2.01 a gallon. 48-cent discount. It's actually 48 cent plus cash price, which is 6 cents per gallon. So it's a 54 cent per gallon discount. So it's not worth for me to like top off for $1.97 a gallon um, in North Little Rock or anywhere else along the way, because it looks like pretty much all along I-40 I'm gonna be able to get fuel for $2 a gallon. Um, and the only place I'm going to be able to get it like super cheap is here in Oklahoma City. I can get it for like $1.85 a gallon. And I've already topped off in Oklahoma City, so it's not worth it for me to top off again before I leave. Because hopefully I'm only going to use like 5 or 10 gallons between now and then. So it's not going to be worth it for me to top off again. So I'll probably top off at the TA and Candler. Let's go back to browser. Let's go back over here and refresh. And I'm about to finish this video. We'll refresh all the things. It's after 5:30. They should be done with putting new loads up now. Nothing's jumping out at me. Let's check Georgia. Nothing. And let's check Elizabethtown, Kentucky, which should get several Procter & Gamble distribution centers. There's so many factors in what determines whether a load is good or not. The pickup destination, the pickup location, the delivery location, weather, like the places you're going to be driving through, what's the weather like, the weight, the rate, of course, how much it pays, the account, like liquor. I don't like hauling liquor. I don't like Anheuser-Busch loads. I don't like Glazer's loads. I've hauled several alcohol loads, and they've all been a negative experience. I don't like grocery houses. I don't like alcohol loads. Now, I will still haul that crap. It's just that if their price is about the same as some other stuff, I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to take the other stuff. I think I've already looked at this one. Yeah, I don't have that one filtered by price. Let's look at everything going to Oklahoma City, and then that'll pretty much be it for the video. And nothing I really want to mess with. It'd be really nice if I could find a load coming out of North Carolina, going to Cleveland, Ohio, and then snag this load out of Cleveland, going down to Dallas, and then I go back home, um, take a few days off, and then go out and do it all over again. I really like going home every week or two. It's really nice to circle back by the house on a regular basis because I'm constantly running into issues where I think I'm good to go to be out on the road for a month or more. And as soon as I leave the house, something comes up and I need to get back home. So I really like just going out and back and just deciding how long I'm going to stay at the house based on, what I need to get taken care of at the house. So no backhaul today. I'll check again tomorrow for a backhaul. And I've got a few days. I need to put a list together of shit that I need to do before I leave. I got that new freezer in, that Alpi Cool. It's a 55 quart. There's a 55 liter. Yeah, this is the one. I bought it on Amazon for $330. With taxes and everything, is almost $400. Can freeze down to -4 degrees. Yeah, I haven't used it yet, but the thing is pretty damn big. And I am really looking forward to getting that thing in the truck. I bought some straps for it, and I'm going to strap it into the passenger seat, and I'm going to fill it up with, TV dinners that I can microwave. So I'm really excited to get it on the truck. That's about it. So I need to go shopping. I'm gonna have to do laundry um, at the last minute, no matter what. I've pretty much done all of my laundry. I washed all of my bedding material, and I put it all back in the truck this morning whenever I drove over to Big Rig Product to get my APU worked on. I put all my bedding material back in, made my bed back up, and all that stuff. So my bedding material is good to go. Um, I need to move food back into the truck. I took out pretty much. I cleaned out the refrigerator of everything because I turned the refrigerator off. So I took all of my salad dressing and ketchup and sriracha and everything out of there. So the refrigerator is pretty much empty. And so I'm gonna need to repack everything into the truck in regard to the refrigerator and all that stuff. Mm, so yeah, I think I just need to go grocery shopping and cook food. That's all I can think of right now is grocery shopping, cook food, and that's about it. I've got pretty much everything else done already. I've done several loads of laundry because just washing my you know my bedding material. It's a load for all the sheets and the pillow cases, and then it's another load for just the comforter by itself, and then it's another load for my other blanket by itself, and then it's another load for the pillows. So it's like multiple loads of laundry just to wash the bedding material. And I've washed all of my dirty clothes, but as you can see, I'm still wearing clothes. So I'll need to do one final load of laundry the last night that I'm here. There's a whole bunch of things that I need to do at the last minute. Like, I don't want to cook food right now 3 days before I leave because that's, going to reduce how long it stays, fresh. So, food is going to be something I do the last minute. The night before, it's going to be Wednesday night is when I'm going to cook food. I'm probably not going to bother going shopping until, I don't know, probably Tuesday is when I'll go shopping tomorrow. Is when I'll go shopping for all of the TV dinners and stuff. I don't know what all I'm going to put in that freezer, but I'm going to plan on buying a bunch of TV dinners. So anyway, I'm just going to start droning on and thinking out loud, so I should go ahead and end it there. Let's refresh Salisbury, North Carolina one last time real quick. Nothing amazing. Like if this load right here, we're going to Oklahoma City, I'd be like, request, bam, going out and back. So one other thing is this is putting me in a position where initially I was not going to have a paycheck for this week. Let me backtrack and think about this for just a second. Yeah, I got it right. So the big load that I took to Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, that paid like $6,000, I made $4,000 on the load. Um, that load I delivered on Thursday. And then I sat for the rest of the day, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then Tuesday I decided to deadhead home. And then I've been at home ever since then. So initially it was looking like I was going to have 2 weeks without a paycheck. Now it's only going to be 1 week. It's going to be the paycheck this upcoming Friday. I'm not going to have any pay. But the paycheck after that is only going to have this one load on it. Because it delivers Saturday, I'm not going to have time to pick up and deliver another load before the end of this pay period. So the paycheck after this one is just going to be for these 2 days on this one load. And it's going to be, what was it? Let's get Excel back up here. I gotta sneeze. I'm going to pause this. Sorry, whenever I sneeze, it's like a sneeze attack. Just a second, I don't think I'm done. Whenever I sneeze, it lasts for like 5-10 minutes. So anyway, what were we looking at? Oh, just a second. All right, we're back. This number 18 right here. This is the Salisbury, North Carolina load. So what I make on this load is $32.63. Sneezing again. $32.63. So that's all it's going to be on the not this Friday, but the Friday after that. This Friday I get nothing, and so hopefully I just keep rolling and just keep rolling the money in. I'm gonna go out with right now I don't have any reason that I need to get back to the house. So once I go out on the road this time, I'm gonna have all of my affairs in order to the best of my ability to where I can just stay out and just keep running loads. Just a second. Hopefully that was the last sneeze. Let's go back to browser. Where are we at? Salisbury? So hopefully I'm able to get out there and just, crush it for a while. Because I really want to make a lot of money this last quarter. Because I want to be in a position come January and February, because I've heard some really, really terrible things about how bad the freight market is in January and February. I don't want to take 2 months off because that'll just kind of like take away everything that I've been sitting aside since I've become an owner operator. Like, I've been busting my ass to try to get the truck in tip-top shape. I've spent a lot of money on that, and I'm finally getting my savings built back up because I spent an incredible amount of money on maintenance and repairs. So if I take January and February off, that'll eat up a lot of that money that I've set aside to have money for the business and have money for everything. All that I've worked for, all of that money will just kind of just be spent with me sitting around January and February. So even if the normal brokered freight on here goes to crap, we still have the general freight. So I might get in a position where I'm having to haul the Kimberly Clark loads for the $2 a mile shit. I might continue running on that stuff if the spot market goes to shit in January and February. But whatever I do, I should be able to, hopefully I can keep running. I might take more time off than normal in January and February, but I really, really, really want to avoid taking all of January and February off. I don't want to get into that position. Just a second, let me blow my nose. And I really don't like dealing with USA Truck whenever I take extended time off, like more than 10 days off, and they start freaking out. So, I don't know. I don't know. I just want to be in a position where I have options come January and February. I don't want to have to set January and February, but I want to have the option to do it. Um, but hey, we're sitting here talking about January and February. February is when I can finally apply at Landstar. It's just right around the corner. It is just right around the corner. Time flies. All right, so I'm gonna need to end it. Otherwise, you know me, I'll keep going forever. I'll just keep finding something else to talk about. So, thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye.